Hi everyone. Today we are continuing our discussions with D'Alembert's principle. So there are two kinds of problems which may come from this portion. As I already mentioned in the earlier lecture, there can be problems based on escalator motion or lift motion, and the other is the problems based on connected body or pulley problem. So today we are going to discuss lift problems. You may be familiar with this because you have studied this in the earlier plus 2 and all, but get familiarized with how to do these problems using D'Alembert's principle also. So we'll start. The first question is, a lift carries a weight of 100 Newton and is moving with a uniform acceleration of 2.45 meter per second square. Determine the tension in this cable supporting the lift when a lift is moving upwards and lift is moving downwards. So the problem is essentially dealing about a lift or an escalator. So let us break down the problem. So there is a lift which carries a weight of 100 Newton and is moving with a uniform acceleration of 2.45 meter per second square. Determine the tension in this cable supporting the lift when lift is moving upwards and downwards. Okay. So in lift problems, you must be careful about one important point given in the problem. In some problems, only one weight will be given or one force will be given. This problem is also like that. A lift carries a weight of 100 Newton, or the self weight of the lift is not included here. Only the weight of the person inside the lift is given. That is the problem number one. That is very easy to solve. And the other would be, there would be a person inside, his weight will be given as well as the lift weight also will be given. So that kind of problems we can deal it as a problem type 2 in this section. So this is problem number 1. This is very simple to solve also. So the first thing we need to know this is the free body diagram. So for the first case, lift moving upwards, we draw a cubicle like this, and the weight will be always acting downwards, which is 100 Newton. The tension on the lift, that is the lift is carried by a rope, and the tension on the rope, so always the tension will be pointing upwards. Okay, the tension is written there, and the movement is towards upward. So we draw a arrow mark with acceleration small letter a. So how to apply the D'Alembert's principle? We consider the direction of motion, and all the forces in the direction of motion will be positive. So what we'll write is T minus 100 equal to mass into acceleration of the object. So T minus W or 100 equal to m into a. We don't know the mass, but having given the weight, mass equal to weight by acceleration due to gravity, and we'll arrive at, upon solving, T equal to 125 Newton. So this is the first case. Now when the lift is moving downwards, so the same free body diagram, in the downward direction, acceleration will be in the downward direction. So what is the differences? While applying the D'Alembert's principle, the forces in the direction of motion comes to downward side. So therefore it is 100 minus T equal to m into acceleration. Here also m equal to W by G. Upon solving, you will get 75 Newton. So please check the results. As the lift is moving upwards, a person feels 125 Newton more weight, and as the lift is moving downwards, will feel weightlessness. That is, the weight has reduced to 75 Newton. For the same person who's of real weight 100 Newton, he'll be feeling overweighted when moving upward and underweighted when he's moving downwards. Okay. So the next question, a lift has an upward acceleration of 1.225 meter per second square. So from the first line, we understand that the problem is from a lift, and the movement of the lift is upward. So the lift has only two motions, upward or downward. So it is upward with an acceleration of 1.225 meter per second square. What force will a man weighing 500 Newton exert on the floor of the lift? What force would he exert if the lift had an acceleration of 1.225 meter per second square downwards? What upward acceleration would cause his weight to exert a force of 600 Newton on the floor? So there are three questions. We'll take it one by one. So the first question is, what force will a man weighing 500 Newton exert on the floor of the lift? So the weight of the person on the floor in this case will be the same as the tension on the rope. Correct? So we'll be drawing the free body diagram. Here the free body diagram is tension moving upwards, weight is moving downwards, and acceleration is upwards. So as we apply the D'Alembert's principle as mentioned above, T minus W equal to M into A. Same argument, M equal to 500 by 9.81. Since the W equal to 500, T equal to 562.4 Newton. That is tension equal to 562.4 Newton. Therefore, the weight actually experienced by the person, or the weight he exerts on the floor of the lift, equal to 562.4 Newtons. Okay. The next question is, what force would he exert if the lift had an acceleration of 1.225 meter per second square downwards? So now the motion has reversed to downwards. So T equal to, here also as we applied earlier, here how we can apply W minus T equal to M into A. When breaking down, we'll get a formula like this, and upon solving it is equal to 437.5 Newton. Now the third question, what upward acceleration would cause his weight to exert a force of 600 Newton on the floor? So here acceleration is not given, but what is given? A force of 600 Newton on the floor. So the tension is given as 600 Newton, right? The force which is acted by the person on the floor is equal to the tension. So it is equal to 600 Newton, and the original weight W equal to 500 Newton, and acceleration is upward. Here the question itself, what upward acceleration? So the acceleration is upward, and same principle, T minus W equal to M into A. When we apply and substituting M equal to W by G, we'll get acceleration equal to 1.962 meter per second square. So now the third question, an elevator weighs 2500 Newton and is moving vertically downwards with a constant acceleration. Write the equation for the elevator cable tension. Starting from rest, it travels a distance of 25 meter during an interval of 15 seconds. Find the cable tension during this time, neglecting all other resistance to motion. So here also we have an elevator. It weighs 2500 Newton and is moving vertically downwards. So the motion direction is specified with a constant acceleration. Write the equation for the elevator cable tension. So we are asked to write the equation for tension. So we'll draw the free body diagram. Tension is moving upward, 2500 newtons acting downwards, acceleration is downwards. Therefore W minus, if 2500 generally it is put as W minus T equal to M into A, or M equal to W by G, and we arrive at an equation T equal to W into 1 minus A by G. That is the required equation. Now starting from rest, if it travels a distance of 25 meter during an interval of 15 seconds. So the elevator is actually moving downwards, right? So it might have started from a rest position. So for starting from rest, it traveled a distance of 25 meter in 15 seconds. Find the cable tension during this time, neglecting all other motion, resistance to the motion. So we need to find out the actual value of tension. So from this equation we are clear that T equal to W into 1 minus A by G. W is already specified 2500 and G we already know. So if we get A, we can solve this problem, right? So these data which is given here, it is required to find out the acceleration. How? We know the new second law of second equation of motion, S equal to ut plus half at square. We can use that, right? So S25 ut, u is the initial velocity which is equal to 0. Why? Because it is starting from rest. Half a into t, t is 15 seconds already given. Acceleration we can find out 0.22. Now having got the acceleration, we can substitute here and find out the value of tension. Okay. equal to 2443.37 Newton. Okay. So these are the as I told, in lift there are already there are two kind of problems. One where the self weight and the person's weight of the lift is given, and the other is only one weight is given. So we have dealt with problems with one weight even lift itself. So in the next class we'll be taking problems using two weights, or the man's and elevator weights both considered. Okay, thank you.